As you can see, I've put myself in a little different position. I'm now facing the sun, facing down a bank where I was on a steep bank. The bank to my right is not quite as steep as it was until it comes out a ways, and then it drops off. We still have weeds, a good thick weed bed, but I want to work this worm off this deep side after it drops off toward the main side of the lake here, just a few times to check, and before I paddle across it, moving around so I don't spook anything that might be working up and down this bank. I can always daub around with my little ultralight over here in these weeds, and the bluegill will continue to run in and out. But I don't want to paddle right straight across where I think a bass may be, out off the deeper side. So I'm going to work it a few times. That little breeze feels so good out here today. 95, 96 degrees. And all you have to do is sweat just a little bit and that breeze hits that shirt. It feels so good. This is such a beautiful, beautiful lake. It's so peaceful. We're here in Lake Katoma. Right here, this is the Coleman City water supply. It's a tremendous fishery. It gets so much fishing pressure, but it holds up year after year. Never seen a lake that got beat to death like this lake does, and still has some quality fish. It's gonna be tough now. We're in the dead of summer. We're getting closer and closer to the month of August, July. For those of you that get to watch this out of state on videos, Alabama's summers are brutal. They're like Florida or Texas or Georgia. They're brutal. That's all you can say about them. Our heat index today, I think I've already mentioned it, is well over 100. Best advice is a lot of water before you come to the lake, and drink a lot of water after you get here. And if you're paddling like I am, don't get in a hurry. Take your time. Life's not about gotta get there in the 10 miles in 5 minutes. Take your time and start fishing. Fish close to where you put in. That way you can work it thoroughly. You don't have to kill yourself getting back and forth. It's not like the winter time where you want to paddle a little more to keep warm. You want to paddle a lot less in the summer and work these areas really well close to where you put in. I'm just around the corner from the boat launch. Most of the people, my friends that I hang out with, fish with, and fish with in the past, they'll recognize all these surroundings immediately. They'll know exactly where I'm at. Not trying to hide anything, but so many fish get left behind as these boats run down the lake. Crappie fishermen are some of the worst to tear out to the other end, and I've caught quite a few with inside of the truck. So you don't have to run 100 miles. That's the beauty of a kayak. You can catch a lot of fish, you can relax, you can get some exercise, but you need to fish smart. Put in close to where you want to spend your day. Or if you get tired of an area, load up and go to another one. It's not that big a deal. In my case, I haul my kayak on a trailer just like I used to haul my John boat everywhere I went. And so you just back it off in the water. There's a bite. Oh, he let go. There we go. He came back. Another gill, another same size, different side of the lake. Hitting a little baby bass pattern crankbait. And I want to give a plug. If you need some crankbaits and you want a certain pattern painted or a certain style crankbait, you need to check out Randy Goday. He owns a company, and you can find him very easy on Facebook. It's called Easy's Lures. Randy makes some of the best crankbaits in the world. I didn't have any of the little ones of his today, but normally all I have in my boat come from Easy's Lures because they just simply look so much better than anything else that I ever buy. And I'm kind of using some baits today I just happen to have and are kind of leftovers. They're little baits, but I usually use Randy's wrapped baits because they mimic the fish that are already in the water so well that the fish generally can't tell the difference. If you saw one of the baits laying on the bank without a hook, you'd just assume it was a dead fish. That's how real they look. They're just awesome baits. The finish on them is second to none. I feel, and they were just beating that bait all the way back to the boat. And I also believe, I don't know what hooks I've actually got on these baits. Randy puts top quality hooks on his crankbaits and all his lures he makes. Top quality everything. I mean, all to the nines. He's a tremendous bait builder. I'll try to make sure I remember to put the link to get to his website and his Facebook page down at the bottom so everybody can check it out. And before you ask, no, he did not pay me to say that. He's a good friend. If I ask him, send me some baits, he'll send them. If I need anything, he takes care of me. He's bought a few ads in the past from me, put on my show. I appreciate that so much. But even more than that, the fact that I have found a bait builder that I really like. Simply because of the quality of the work. we go. Ooh, that might be a little bigger bruiser there. There we go. That's a full grown one. I hope I can land this one. I surely want to show you. This is what I've been trying to get a hold of. Get on in here, buddy. Oh, yes. That is a fine one there. That's what I'm talking about. Check that bad boy out. He may end up with a hook in me. I knew we had to be close. There's too many little fish roaming this water for the big ones to not be close. I don't want to mess my little light wire hooks up on him. Oh, come out there. Gotta get the right angle, and I can get my hook out with. There we go. I want to show you when you can lip when you can lip a bluegill, you've done something. Beautiful, beautiful colors. That's what I was looking for. Along these edges of this grass, runs off to the deep water. There has to be the bigger fish somewhere. Can't be little fish forever. Let's see if there's a friend in there. I mean, he hit hard. I actually thought I might have a bass there for a minute. That makes my trip right there, and some people don't understand. Well, how can a bluegill make your trip? You just have to feel it on this little light tackle. It's equal to a 3-pound or 4-pound bass. It's that much fun. Oh, we're getting more bites. They don't always get it. They run into it and they miss it, and they don't always come back and grab it. I can't leave just quite without a few more casts here. I was almost ready to pull up anchor and move on down. And I'm sure glad that one bit when he did, because that was a pretty fish. Pretty hard hit right there. I think I'm sitting in 8 feet of water. We're in good depth, close to the weeds. I'm just gonna give them a couple more and I'm gonna move on. Got a lot more water to cover. Glad I didn't move on from that spot too soon.